Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's a bit high actually, I think. The tripod is a bit high, so I might take you down from... I don't actually need you on my... I basically stood you on a box thing because I thought you'd be too short down here. But you're actually not. So today I'm basically doing a video where it's like a last minute Christmas present idea or something to do. Basically today I'm going to be recommending my favourite Christmas games. Or, well, recommending my favourite games for Christmas. I've got a bunch of Christmas games up here. A bunch of games I think are my favourite games, or if I don't like it I know other people like it a lot. Or something that I think is perfect for Christmas time. And there's also games that I think will be good but I don't necessarily you need something for. So, and if you think, oh, that would be perfect for this person or that person, there's last minute Christmas shopping, or it's perfect for Christmas Day that we have this, let's go out and use it. Some of these games are quick, some of these games aren't quick. So yeah, I do hope you like this video. If you do, please give it a massive thumbs up, subscribe down below, and let's get into the video. So, I've got tons and tons of games. I'm going to start with the one that we play. Well, some of these games I haven't played in ages, but the one we literally like the only game we play at the moment. I'm going to get that one first, and that is, I'm going to be giving like a brief explanation of all the games, but not to ruin it for people. So this is this game. This is the Trivial Pursuit Family Edition. There are loads of different editions. I have a different one at my dad's. These are like, so basically it's like 6 categories. Not all, my dad's version doesn't have kids and adults. It is an 8+ game, 2 to 6 players. So basically there are 6 categories. So the 6 categories are the blue one, I don't know where it actually says it, but there's loads of different editions. The blue one is geography. The yellow one's history. Green is science and nature. Orange is sport and literature, I think. Sport and leisure. Purple is art and literature. And pink is my favourite colour and my favourite category, entertainment. There's kids and adults questions. And there are like instructions that come with it and stuff. And so there are loads of different editions. And this is like what the board looks like. So I'm gonna like, so the yellow ones are for the kids, the adult ones are for the adults. So I'm gonna read you one card so you know roughly what the game's like. And this is a game we play all the time. Because one of these games, like a 10-minute game is too short, but like sometimes an hour or more than an hour is too long. You just want a quick game. So like this can take half an hour. It's 2 to 6 players, maximum 6. Because there's 6 categories, like I just explained. There's a blue one, a green one, a purple one, an orange one, a yellow one, and a pink one. So you each get like one of these, which is one of the colours that I just mentioned. And then once you get that category right, you put your cheese in. So say I'm blue and I get a history question right, I can put the yellow cheese in. And once all your cheeses are full, you then go to the middle of the board, and then the other players pick a category for you that they think you're bad at. And then if you get that question right, or well, any category they want, but obviously they're trying to stop you winning, so they pick your category you're not good at. And if you get that, you have to get the exact number to get in the middle. If you get it right, you win. If not, you have to go back out and back in. This is like the dice. It's got all the numbers on, but 1 to 5. And if you get this, which is like a triangle, you can move anywhere you want, but not the middle. And I'm going to read you like a quick category. This is like a standard blue card, so you know roughly what the questions are. This is an adult one, and then I do the kids. So the first one is geography, and it says, which of these countries does the River Nile not flow through? Sudan, Uganda, or Somalia? I don't know, but the answer is Somalia. So then you move on to the next question. Who won the first series of the talents? This is entertainment, the next one. They're all in the same order on each card. And Lloyd Dance on the back. Who won the first series of the television series American Idol? That's Kelly Clarkson. Yep. They don't all have options either. So it's potluck if you have options or not. Most of the geography questions don't have options, but some do. And there's some true or false, some options, and some just you need the answer. So the next one is history. It says, which was the first country to allow civil union or partnership? Denmark, Netherlands or Canada? And the answer is Denmark. Next question is, in Huckleberry Finn, this is the art and literature, what is the name of the character who has fled Salvarian and is trying to reach freedom? If you don't have a clue what that is like me, the answer is Jim. Next one is green, which is sport and leisure. River horse is the literal translation of crocodile. True or false? Most of them are true, so I might go true. Well, it's false. Hippopotamus means river horse. And the last one is sport and leisure. So technically, what is the only ingredient you need to make caramel? Sugar, butter or vanilla? Being a chef, I should know this, and it's sugar 100%. But if I go for like a kids category, they're in the same order, so geography first. In which city is the world's headquarters of the United Nations? New York City. What is the time machine called that Doctor Who travels in? Because most kids are into Doctor Who. Well, lots of people are, but if you're not, then you won't know it. That is the TARDIS. But most people might not know. What type of clothing was popularised by Levi Strauss and Co. I don't know if I said that right. That is blue jeans. The next one is Veruca Salt falls into the chocolate river in Boulder's Challenge Chocolate Factory. True or false? Someone does fall in, but I have a feeling it might be a different. I think it's true. False. Or Augustus Glump is the child who falls into the river. I said someone fell in, but I didn't know whether it was that person. So the next one is the green one. Nature. Diamond, science and nature. Diamond and graphite are both composed of which element? Lead, silver or carbon? And the answer is carbon. And the next question is, what signal means you're going up in a judo mat? Lying down on your tummy, crying or in pain, or slapping a hand twice on a mat? And the answer is slapping a hand twice on the mat. So basically they're the category. There's basically the first person to fill up their cheeses and get the question right in the middle wins. And this is literally like the only game we play at the moment. We play it all the time. It is 2 to 6 players and it literally, I would say a usual game lasts about half an hour. And you don't usually play a second one, but you can. But you don't really play more than 2. But if those people are getting questions wrong, then it can take like up to an hour. But realistically, usually when we play, 2 people playing, it's like half an hour. So I'm going to put the game down here, the ones that I've done. So that was quite a long explanation, so I'm going to try and briefly... The next one we play a bit is this game, which is Who Knows Where. This is basically a geography game where there's different categories and you basically have to guess where the place is on the map. So basically the first one to the end. So basically there's 6 different, there's not 6 different categories. The boards are tag broken and you have to basically place it in. You've got to get it right in like the tag, you've got to get it right in like the actual square. So for example, you know the answer is Russia. Or say you know, for example, you know it's New York. So you go to America, but you don't know where New York is in America. And if you get it question right, you move across to. If you pick it back in and go on top of someone, then you go back to. The person who needs the question goes last, and then you go in order. So the categories are, boards that are broken, but the categories are capital city, trivia, guidebook, place or picture. So if I, for example, and there's no like adult or kids, so you have the bigger, you have like, this is the second most played game, but the other one is a lot more played. You have like a dice, and just standard dice. And the bigger ones go on the actual board, and then like the littler ones are the ones that go around the edge. And it's 2 to 4 players, and you either be yellow, red, blue or green. So if I say, there's basically 2 different topics on here. So there's blue, which is easy, and red, which is hard. We tend to do easy. So I'm going to pick like a random card. So San Marino is the capital, and you turn it over and that is in San Marino J39. I don't actually know where that is, so J39. If I go across to J39, well, it don't really help me to know. Don't actually tell me on the card which country that is, because it's actually, I think it might be. It's on the map play, but it's Italy, Austria. But it's got quite a few countries on that map, on that square, so it's in Europe. And then like the trivia one is pretty much trivia. Tim Berners-Lee created the World Wide Web. And then like the next one is like a national park and a place, it's a random place in the world, and then that's like the picture. And it's basically first to get around over the line wins. I would say this game can take an hour. I say this game takes roughly an hour. Said everyone plays all the time, no waiting for your go. That is true, everyone playing. Like, you have to wait your turn to read the card, but if you're not reading the card, you're still putting on the map. So that's a really good game. I would say out of the rest of them, we don't really play them at all, to be honest. The next most played one has to be Monopoly, but as you know, Monopoly, one of the games that take ages, and there's loads of different like options to Monopoly. Like, there's loads of different types of Monopoly. We've got a traditional Monopoly, but it's like quite old. I don't know where it is, but the normal one that we live in York. We've got a York edition. I've also got in there One Direction edition, but we're playing this one. Most of you probably know how to play Monopoly. Basically, you have to collect properties and get the most money. I feel like everyone knows how to play Monopoly. So, tour York for the hottest properties, sites, stations and utilities are all up for grabs. Invest in housing and hotels, then watch the rent come pouring in. Make deals with other players and look out for the bargains at auction. There are many ways to get what you want. Stay sharp, because there's only room at the top for one. For everyone else, there's bankrupting. Trade your way to success and you can own it all. Once you know how to play it, you know how to play it, but it is something you need to learn. There's like stations and everything. So if you know York, the highest property is York. I mean, so the second highest is York is the Shambles, which is Mayfair and Park Lane. And yeah, so York is renowned for its rich heritage and superb architecture, making it one of England's finest and most beautiful heroic cities. Medieval cobble streets and gorgeous town houses are all beautiful within its ancient encircling walls. Take a trip with the stunning Monopoly edition to see the sights of York in a new way. Begin by visiting Treasurer's House, but beware of the reputation as one of the most haunted buildings in the city. Educate yourself at the National Railway Museum and get lost in the world of York Maze. Travel along the centre part of this culture of City Screen Picture House. It's now called Everyman. Actually no, it might be the other cinema. Actually, City Screen is a different cinema. York Theatre Royal and the Grand Opera House, York. A fashionable city that boasts a wealth of attractions and vibrant cultural scenes. York attracts visits from around the world. A popular historical settlement, the Vikings came and invaded but stayed on their own communities. They call this city Vikings. You can trust this history at the fascinating Viking Museum. I once went when I moved, but I haven't been since. For like younger people, really. Well, actually old people can go to. Mainly for tourists. Visit the monument Clifford's Tower, which is roots stretching back to the William the Conqueror. Take time out for a spot of tea at Betty's Cafe Tea Room and a shopping trip along the Shambles before marvelling in the wonders of the York Minster, the largest medieval Gothic cathedral in North Europe. The Minster also boasts the city's best views from the tower, so locate your favourite York hotspots and roll the dice to begin your property building empire in the new version of Monopoly. But there are loads of versions. I've got One Direction version, I've got the original version, but it is really old. This is literally the only version we play actually. And the next thing which kind of leads on is Monopoly Deal, which is like the travel version. I quite like travel versions. Like when we go on holiday, I haven't got this here, but I would take this and a pack of cards. I haven't got a pack of cards here with me. I'll take this pack of cards, maybe one or two other games, and we sometimes play them, sometimes don't. So this is basically, it's nothing like Monopoly. You basically get like cards and stuff, and you try to get like amount of rent. Like you like pay cards, and you get like the amount of rent for each card and build up a certain amount of money. And yeah, if you run out of cards, you're out. A bit like an actual Monopoly. If you want to know how to actually play Monopoly and you don't know, oh yeah, also for actual Monopoly you need like half a day. I think a minimum of 2 hours. If you playing Monopoly Deal, you can do a game in like 20 minutes. The quick rule, it says remove the 4 quick start rule cards from the pack and hand them out for reference. Shuffle to the rest of the cards together and deal 5 to each player face down. All look at your cards but keep them secret. Put the remaining cards face down in the centre of the crate, the draw pile, and decide who goes first. It's basically building up the pile to see who gets the most money. You start with 7 cards, and then each round you pick up 2 cards. It might be 3 cards, and then you have like cards like it's your birthday, and you place that down. And you can play 3 cards each turn. And if it's like your birthday, you pay £10. Or it does sort of link up with the game, but it's not really the same thing. I don't know if I'll explain that very well, but they do get like a mini instruction thing in there. But these are like some of the cards and stuff. It just sort of link up. But that takes about 15-20 minutes for a game, whereas then you have like wild cards and stuff like that. So you can go into one. There's like a quick version and a non-quick version. No, like there's like 2 different versions. There's like a quick play rule, then there's like a more complicated one. But it's only like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. It wouldn't really take more than 20 minutes for a game. Whereas Monopoly, you would need like a whole half hour. So that's like Monopoly done. Next is probably this. So a bit like I've just done Monopoly and Monopoly Deal. I've got Scrabble and a Scrabble version of Scrabble. So this isn't actually the original Scrabble. This is a different version. I think we have got an original Scrabble as well. But this is a Scrabble with a twist. So it's basically like Scrabble, but there are trick cards, which basically means you can do tricks like steal pieces, like pick at random a tile from the other person, but without looking, and it may be a rubbish tile, or spell a word backwards, or put a word wherever you want on the board, or it's basically standard Scrabble, like standard points, standard like how to play it, like the points and stuff are the same, but it's sort of like cheating in a way. Play a card backwards, or put a word wherever you want, or get triple points for this or double points for that. So wherever you're a Scrabble newcomer or an expert, use trick cards to level the playing field by breaking the rules of Scrabble. Steal your opponent's high score, make them lose their turn, even take advantage of a triple word score by playing a word anywhere on the board. So go ahead and break the rules, you know what to do. Basically Scrabble, but you can break the rules. It's basically same play, but there are like trick cards and you can't have more than 5 at a time. Basically Scrabble, but with a twist. So you're still playing by making words, and it's a still length. I would say Scrabble takes a good hour too. It If you know how to play normal edition of Scrabble, it's basically the same but with a few cards that make you like get more points or put a word wherever you want or make a word backwards and stuff like that. So if you think that's just stupid, playing a word backwards or putting it wherever you want, that's like complete cheating, what's the point? Then you can stick to normal Scrabble. The games that I haven't got to show you are a bit like charades. I think charades are perfect at Christmas. You can buy packs of charades, or who knows who, you stick a post-it note, like someone puts, like say Usain Bolt in your head and you have to guess it's Usain Bolt, for example. So this is basically a travel version. So it's bringing letters and people together. Scrabble, twist and turn. Take you off the world game grid. Spell backwards, up and down, any way but wrong. No points to keep track or means any word might. So basically you basically start with 7 letters. They're all face down, 7 letters. You have 7 each time. A bit like Scrabble, you still have 7. You basically connect words long, and it's the first person to get rid of all your tiles. And there are tiles like saying stop. Like stop play. Oh yes, Monopoly is 8+, and it's up to 6 players. Same with Scrabble and same with Monopoly Deal. So you basically connect words wherever you want, backwards, forwards, whatever it has to connect on as a normal word. You do have like tiles that let's say like miss a go and get an extra 3 tiles or something like that. And you always have 7. It's a bit like Scrabble. Once you play a word, if you've played a 5-letter word, you get 5 Scrabble tiles back. And yeah, words can be played using any letter of the word already played and stuff like that. So basically just connecting words on the first. This says age 10+, but Scrabble, I think this Scrabble thing is 8+. Oh, this is age 10, players 2 to 4, and this is the same. You have to like spell words and stuff and connect words on first, and you can like stop, go, triple words, get more, basically like get more tiles or make person miss action tiles. Help as you try to be the first to get rid of all of your tiles to win. So basically get rid of all your tiles, you're connecting words forward, backwards. Basically a travel version. Next, there's still a few more to go, and this video is quite long, so I'm going to, hopefully this video will be maximum half an hour. So I've only got about 8 minutes to get through all of these. Yahtzee. I feel like Yahtzee is one of those games. I would say this doesn't take as long as Scrabble. This probably takes 20 minutes. A bit like Monopoly. Monopoly takes like 2 hours plus. And this takes about 15-20 minutes. Scrabble takes about an hour. This probably takes like 20 minutes. It depends on the word. So Yahtzee. I feel like Yahtzee is one of those games. Oh, I can never undo this. Actually, I've done it. So you basically have 5 dice in here. Then you roll it, and then whatever the numbers get, you place them on here, which goes on the side of this bowl, and you're meant to basically shake your... So you meant to need to get like all of them 6, or all of them 4, all of them 3, or like 3 of a kind. A Yahtzee, if you get all numbers the same, you basically get 3 rolls. So I got 2 6s, 2 4s, 2 6s, and 2 2s and a 4. So I'm going to keep the 2 6s, so I get 2 more goes. Give me a sec. I've broken this. So I didn't get any more 6s. But you can do like in a row, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's still classed as something. I'll show you in a sec. So I didn't get any more 6s at all, so I might just leave it as that. I got 1, 2, 3 and then 2 6s. So then you look on your pad. Then you look on your pad, so you have any 1 ace, and if you get like 30, this is like getting all the same one number. And then if you get at least 60 points, you get a bonus of 23, and then at the bottom you've got like 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind total, and then full house 25, small straight 30, Yahtzee's 50, bonus if you get more than 1, Yahtzee's 100. Basically the most, it's like different number combinations. It's like the first, and you all have the same amount of goes because you should all fill it you all take it in turn. Then when you've all filled it, you basically done it. You add up your points. So, and chance is if you don't get anything, you can just add up your total and put it in the chance box. And that is technically one of your goes, so you have to have that at least once. Yeah, it's a really good game and it is travelable. Travelable, don't even know a word, travelable. You can travel with it. A pack of cards. You always need a pack of cards. I think a pack of cards are perfect to slide in your pocket or take. What's your favourite game? Like Rummy, Knockout, Whist? I'm not going to explain them all, but cards is very good. Cards is very good. And this thing's always quite awkward to take in and out. This is a maximum of 4 players, I think. And there is, I don't think that, oh yeah, there is an instruction thing as well. It is to score, objective of the game, to score the highest by rolling different dice combinations. It's 8+. And it's 1+ players. Basically you can play it by yourself and see how many you can get. The next one is, this game I absolutely hate, but loads of people like it. So it's basically Cluedo. The actual back upside down. So Cluedo is basically one of those games where you have to, there's basically 3 cards in the middle. There's basically a room, a weapon and a person, and you have to try and figure out who they are. But you've only got like a third of the cards if there's 3 people playing, or a fourth of the cards. And you just get to guess who's got what and then be the first to guess in the middle. Some people get it straight away, some people are like, oh, they've got this, they've got that, they haven't figured out that this is this, or figured out that that is actually in the middle where someone else already has in that one go. So it's one, so it says, the mystery you love to solve again and again is now even more intense. It's a party with the usual suspect and the host has been killed. Could it have been Scarlet with the number on the bar? This time no one is waiting patiently for answers. So basically you secretly ask, you roll the dice, get into, as soon as you get into a room, if you don't get into a room, you can't ask anything, but you get into a room and the person on the left shows you and you're like, I want to see Scarlet, which is one of the people, Spar, which is one of the places, or like the rope, which is one of the weapons. And if she has any of them, she shows you, but she can only show you one. She might have all 3, but she can only show you one. And if she doesn't have any, then she tells you she doesn't have any. Basically, the first person to find out who solved the mystery wins. I think this is 8+. It must be 10+. 9+, and it's 3 to 6 players. You have to be able to go around and show it to the cards. You have to have a certain amount of cards. Well, if you've got half the cards, you've got half the cards. Okay, so what I haven't got, pretty obvious, it's going to be in the middle pretty much, because there's only 2 of you, so it has to be 3 people. So share around who's got what cards and try and figure out who's got what, and go into rooms and try and, if you've got like the corner rooms, you can always, if you get into the corner rooms, you can actually jump over to the other corners and stuff like that. And you're basically trying to find out, and then as soon as you know what it is, you mark it off on like, you've got like these like cards and stuff, like 3 of them going to the middle. So you mark it off on your own card. So you have like your own card and you mark it off, and you can technically play up to 4 games on each card. And you mark it off, and you have 2 dice. So it's not like you're moving 6 every time. And a question card is an intrigue card. Basically says roll another go, or you can go to this room straight away and stuff like that, just to help you out a bit. And as soon as you think you figured out what it is, you basically have to try and get into the middle, which is the like pool. As soon as you get in the middle, you can guess, and then once you've guessed, you look in the middle to see if you're right or wrong. And if you're wrong, you're out, because obviously you know the answer, and if you're right, you won. So next we have this word search game, which is basically straightforward. You basically find a category and you basically find as many words as possible. So it's all the back things are on backwards. It's 2 to 4 players, age 8+. So like loads of different categories. You basically have it like that. So say this one's eyes, because it's part of the body, eye. So it'll be the first person to find eye. They put their colour counter on. And then they move on to the next one. Say the next one is belly. Whoever finds belly will put their count on there, and then when it gets to the end, you would scrape off all of these tiles and count them out. Say it's like 30 blue, 24 red, and the blue person's won because they found the most in that category, and there's literally tons of categories. Literally all these categories to choose from. So it's fairly straightforward, and there's blue, there's basically blue, yellow, blue, red, green and yellow. But the blue and green are quite similar, so I wouldn't recommend playing with both of them if there's only two of you. And you play on this thing so you can slot your counters in each side. Basically, first to find the word, put the counters down, move across to the next word, and then you spin this thing, because it spins, and then next person, and then basically find the word, put your counters down, move on to the next word, whoever finds that, put their counter down, and they take them off at the end and count them. Basically straightforward. The multiplayer word search game. So next we have these two games, which we have in big form, but I prefer the littler versions because they're travel versions. We've got a £1 million drop. They're both from M&S. £1 million drop and the chase. So it's basically, if you know how the TV game show work, if you ever watched them and you know how the game, like the show works, then you shouldn't need me to explain this. So £1 million drop, I'm just going to explain the TV show because basically it's the exact same. So it's for age 14 plus, players plus 2, and time takes 20-25 minutes. That word search game is literally like 10-15 minutes. Because there's only like 20 words on each category. And they're back to back as well. All the cards that I just showed you on the word search game are back to back. £1 million drop is you have like three questions. You have a question and you have to put your money between the drops, and you have to leave one clear each time. And I think there's like 7 questions, 10 questions. And if you get a question, if you put money on that drop and it's wrong, it will drop your money. And if it's not wrong, you keep the money. And obviously each time you have less and less money. But you always have to leave one clear drop. And if the one you cleared, the one that is left clear is the right answer, then you've obviously got no money left because all the others have dropped and then you're out. But at the end it's like a 50-50. You only have 2, starts with 4 drops and then it goes down to 2 for the last question. And it's basically you have to leave one drop clear, you have to put all your money on one, you either win or you don't. And it's basically the same as a board game. The card game brings all the fun and excitement of the popular TV quiz show into your home. It will test courage, wit and nerves to steal to beat the £1 million drop. Have you got what it takes? So you basically got £1 million, then you put it on each drop, and then each time you put it on a drop that's wrong, you lose it. So then each question you start with less money, and you eventually get to then it's like all or nothing on the 2 questions. Now the chase, I know exactly how to play. I watch it all the time. This is age 18, 14 plus, and this is player 3 plus, and it's 15-20 minutes. Where this one was age 14 plus, players 2 plus, and time 20-25 minutes. So this is the exact same as the game show. So in the game show you have 60 seconds. Individual, like when I have to do that. Well, like, player 1 goes 6 seconds to answer as many questions as possible, and that builds up your question every time you get £1,000. So say I got 5,000, I got 5,000 questions. Then you go to the table. The chaser offers you against the chaser. You have the middle offer of 5,000. Then you can go one step closer to the chaser, which is harder to win. And you get a higher offer of like say 30,000, and then you can go for like bottom offer, which is like 1k. And you're more likely to get back. And you basically have to answer questions against the chase, and if you get down without them catching you, then you do to the final, and the next person goes. And then once everyone's been, it's how many people make it to the end, and then you have 2 minutes to answer as many questions as possible. And if there's say 3 people in the final, you get a 3-step head start. And say you got 20 steps, and then the chaser gets the exact same amount of time. And if the chaser gets one wrong, the time will pause, and if you get it right, you push the chaser back. And if they only get 19 and you get 21, then you won and you take the 20k home for 20k. If they catch you, if they get 20 before time runs out, then you lose all your money. And the card game is basically the exact same. The next game I've got is a game I don't particularly like because I can't do it. Is drawing. I think everyone knows how to play Pictionary. Pictionary is one of the games where you draw and everyone else has to guess. And I think the time is either 30 seconds or a minute. And you basically just draw and people guess what you draw. So this is basically 8 plus, 4 to 8 players, and it's 30 minutes. But you do roll the dice on a board. So like, it's at different categories. It's not just like this. So it is actual categories. So say you're on the red one, you'll be doing like the red ones on there. So you say like the category. So this category is started at the M. So if it's yellow, it'll be melon. If it's blue, it's money. If it's orange, it's magnet. If it's green, it's motorbike. If it's red, it's mask. I think each colour is an actual category, but I don't actually know what the categories are for each colour. And it's the first person to the end wins. And you get like really rubbish pencils. So I would recommend you get your own pencil. I think this time is 30 seconds. And you just do as many as you can in 30 seconds. It's not just do one, if you get it right, move on. It's like, if you get, so you got it right, move on to the next one. However many you can get in that time. 8 plus, 4 to 8 players, 30 minutes. The next game is, I love this show. So if you know Big Bang Theory, it's basically like this handy game requires no board and can be carried around in its bite-sized wedge case. So it's basically, at the beginning when I did the first game, Trivial Pursuit, it's basically that, but each category is a series of Big Bang. And it's basically trivia of Big Bang. And what they mean by this handy game requires no board and can be carried around in the bite-sized wedge case. If you don't even need that, you can just take this, like this. I played this once when I first got it with my dad, because the only person I can play it with, because the only person that's seen it, and I won by quite a bit. Take it out, you have these dice which determines which category you read. So the actual writing on how to play it is absolutely tiny. So the blue cards, there's only series 1 to 7, but the blue is series 1 to 2. Pink is series 3. Yellow is series 4. Purple is series 5. Green is series 6. And orange is series 7. It's age 12 plus, 2 plus players, contains 1 wedge holder, 1 results card, 1 rules card, 100 question cards, and 1 dice. So like I do with Trivial Pursuit, they all like geography, history, science, entertainment. These are series, as I just read out. And I think it's first to a certain amount of cards win. But the writing's so small how to play it. Speed game. For a quick game, you win a card every time you answer a question correctly. You can only add the card to a standard box version of Trivial Pursuit and play a classic board game. To win the game, the first person to collect 6 cards. So say this one. So this is the red. This is a blue one. So it's in the same order as the category that I just read out, but it's a different order to the Trivial Pursuit one. They've still got the same colours. The category, there's seasons. So like 1 to 7, but blue is 1 and 2. It's now 12 and Big Bang's now finished. I was gutted when it was over. Not gonna lie, I couldn't believe it was over. So it says, it says here, Series 1, Episode 2, The Big Brand Hypothesis. What qualifications does Sheldon have? Then the answer is a Master's and 2 PhDs. The next one, which is Series 3, is Series 3, Episode 16. And it says, Who Stanley's autograph lacks the word excellence? Howard, Leonard, and Raj. The next one is Series 4, which is yellow, and it's the 21-second expedition. What game do the girls play that Amy is not familiar with? That drinking one. Truth Love there. Next one is purple, that's Series 5, the Pooled Gore Exploration. Where does Howard want he and Bernadette to live when they're married? With Howard's mum. Next one is Series 6, and it's a closed configuration. Why is Bernadette annoyed at Sheldon when he arrived at the dinner party? He brought his own dinner when she has been cooking all day. The last category is Series 7, the itchy brain simulation. I actually remember most of these. When the girls are having a drink at the Cheesecake Factory, who spots Lucy at the nearby table? Amy. So it's basically same Trivial Pursuit, but instead of like general knowledge facts of geography, history, nature, entertainment, literature, art, it's all about Big Bang. And I won because I actually remember most of this. I've only ever played it once, but I only played it with my dad. He's the only person that ever played this, that ever watched this. This series 12 now has ended forever, and I cannot believe it. The ending, I don't want to ruin it, even though the ending was quite a while ago. But they won their Nobel Prize, so I just ruined it. But they won the Nobel Prize, and it was like Penny and Lennon didn't want to have a baby, but they did. And like Howard and Bernadette have got 2. Like Raj, he was going to get married to his girl and didn't. So, and there's Stuart, who owns a comic book store anyway. And I like the main. It's only series 1 to 7, and it's the longest running comedy sitcom. And there's 12 series, and it says, test your knowledge on the quirky physics round. The Big Bang Theory Trivial Pursuit bite-sized edition contains 600 questions based on series 1 to 7 on the hit US TV show. Same as Trivial Pursuit, but everything's like Big Bang related. Only 2 left. The next one is basically a bit similar to The Chase and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but it is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Oh no, the £1 Million Drop and The Chase. I don't think I've got a spin point version. That's another game I want. So this is everything's on backward, or is it purposely on backwards, all these bottom things. So this is £1 Million Drop. So it's age 12 to adults, and it's 2 to 4 players or teams, over 600 new questions. Basically the same questions. Basically it's how many questions you can get right to £1 million. You have like 4 life languages, like audience, phone a friend, ask the host, or 50-50. It starts with £100, and you basically go up to £1 million. But if you use all your lifelines or and can't do any more questions, then you have to stop and bank your money and go home with that. Then obviously you don't win £1 million. But obviously you're trying to win £1 million. And there's like a bank stage, so you can set your target at this stage. So if you get a question wrong, you fall back to that amount. And basically trying to get to £1 million. So it says, travel game. Enjoy fun and entertainment with your family and friends with this new pink edition of the world's most popular TV game. Just normal TV game. Just a normal version, I think. I don't think pink means anything. With over 600 new questions categories such as film, fashion, music plus, and normal lifelines to help you get through the trickier question. This edition is perfect for a fun night in. Who will be the first of you and your friends to walk away with a virtual £1 million? Basically, how many questions? So there's 100, 200, 300, 400, and then it like builds up like 16,000, 32,000, 46,000. Basically, who can get the furthest. And you've got lifelines. Audience, host, phone a friend, and 50-50. Can do more than one for each question. You don't have to use one lifeline per question. So the very last game I've got is a logo game. Oh, that probably takes half an hour. I don't know. This is a logo game. It's basically just guessing logos around a board and see who can get the most and who's first to finish. It's for 2 to 6 players, aged 12 to adults. Basically just guessing as many logos as you can in like a certain amount of time. And the first to the end wins. It takes about half an hour. Maybe less, maybe 20 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. These are all the games that I would either recommend you buy. I bet you there's a Friends version out there. I know lots of people watch Friends. Or a version, or a different version. So there's like some travel ones, non-travel ones, long ones, short ones, bit of everything. The only game I don't actually like is Cluedo, or the Pictionary game, Cat Draw. But either game I recommend you buy for Christmas or play around Christmas if you already have them. Apart from all this, I recommend charades. That's fun around Christmas, and you can buy charades cards. And Who Am I but you can do that with post-it notes. Write someone on a post-it note, stick it on their head. And cards. Either if you want me to teach you how to play card games, feel free. But like knockout whist, rummy, snap. You can play snap. What's that? A clock game, whatever that clock one's called. So thank you very much for watching. There's loads of different options for you to play on Christmas Day. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you super soon with the next day of Vlogmas. Thank you and goodbye.